Over the next few minutes, we will cover some of the innovations we have delivered with AOS 6, including support for a full infrastructure as a service stack with enhanced capabilities across virtual networking, AHV, and disaster recovery. We have also focused on security and made it easy for organizations to implement a zero-trust security model across all their IT operations. And finally, we continue to invest in our core storage stack for enhanced performance and efficiency for database and analytics workloads. To kick us off, please welcome Luke Congdon, Senior Director of Product Management, to cover AHV, virtual networking, and disaster recovery.
Thank you, Rajiv. We've had a really great year for AHV with a lot of great new features and a great new partnership. We're seeing really significant user adoption, and more customers are choosing AHV as their hypervisor of choice for their data center. Let's talk about some of our great new features, starting with multi-tenant private clouds, giving you connectivity with overlay networks for all of your workloads, where you can build once and deploy your VMs anywhere. Next is automatic DR failover with AHV metro clustering. Your mission control applications require zero downtime and 100% availability so that you have zero RPO and zero RTO. With SyncRep, you get it all. You get automatic data replication across clusters, a VM recovery runbook, and an uptime witness, giving you a guaranteed RPO and RTO. Next is memory overcommit, a long-standing ask of many of our customers. With memory overcommit, we give you the ability for AHV to dynamically manage memory and give you greater VM density for your data centers, so that you can configure your VMs with as much virtual memory as you need, even when it exceeds physical RAM, and AHV will gracefully manage all of your memory for you. And finally, we're very happy to announce that Red Hat and AHV have partnered to bring you OpenShift Container Platform for Kubernetes and containerization as a preferred platform on Nutanix and AHV, as well as giving you AHV as a certified hypervisor for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. That comes with Red Hat Satellite Server and support from both companies, letting you know that you can confidently run all of your enterprise applications on Nutanix. Let's take a closer look at virtual networking with Flow. We recently GA'd our virtual private cloud VPCs to give you a multi-tenant overlay completely built in by Nutanix. This gives you self-service, cloud-scale networking for your infrastructure providers, eliminating the long delays that can sometimes occur while waiting for your virtual networking teams to interact with your physical networking teams. Now, this gives you lots of great features, including subnets, NAT, floating IPs, and many more, everything that you need. As well as, Flow also includes network isolation security, giving you your first line of defense against network intrusion attacks and bad actors. Together, this gives you a complete networking solution for cloud scale, easy-to-use networking for all of your applications. Now let's talk about our business continuity and disaster recovery suite features. We've got a couple great features to announce, including first a DR observability dashboard, giving you full visibility into your DR SLAs, your topologies, your configurations, and how your RPOs are being maintained, so that you get all the information that you need in a single-to-use dashboard for configuration and maintenance and control. We also have built-in DR encryption. Now, you may know for many years, Nutanix has offered data at rest encryption with a built-in software solution or the choice of a hardware solution with self-encrypting drives and a native Nutanix key management server. Now we're offering data in transit encryption so that all of your data from origin over the WAN to destination is encrypted without the need for any third-party hardware solutions, giving you a full solution for your DR planning from visibility, configuration, control, and encryption. Let's take a look at this in action with a demo from Mike. Over to you, Mike.
Thanks, Luke. We'll start off today by showing metro availability for AHV. Metro availability allows for a zero RPO and near zero RTO for applications that are housed in data centers with less than 5 milliseconds of latency between them, with automatic failover all managed easily from Prism Central. Let's see how it works. Here we are in Prism Central. We're going to verify that the virtual machine that we're using for this demo is only on the source cluster. So we'll come up here and we'll click the name of the virtual machine. And we can see that that virtual machine exists on 9-2. We're also going to check to make sure that it has a protection policy and a recovery plan associated with it, which it does. The next step for us is going to be to simulate a site failure. The witness service inside of Prism Central is going to notice that the source site is down, and after a 30-second default timer, will attempt to bring up the virtual machine in the target site. Here we see that we're in the recovery plan summary view, and we notice the witness just executed an unplanned failover. We see that it has been successful, and now we're going to go look at the actual server and verify that it's up. Next, we will show how the new DR dashboard can help customers see and understand how their DR solution is functioning quickly and easily, and also how it can help administrators troubleshoot problems. Let's take a look at a few of the widgets now. The Protected Entities widget shows how many virtual machines in your environment are protected and if any of them have not met their RPO in the last 24 hours. To the right of that is the replication tasks, which show how many ongoing replications there are currently and if any of the replication tasks have failed in the last 24 hours. The Recovery Readiness widget helps businesses understand if a disaster were to strike, how their DR plan would execute through the testing and validation of recovery plans. Businesses can measure the success of DR testing through a detailed summary view and also use this for compliance purposes. Lastly, the Configuration Alerts widget shows critical, warning, and informational alerts in your DR environment over the last 24 hours and what entity it pertains to. As you can see, we now have end-to-end visibility to help administrators effectively manage their DR environment with Nutanix. Thanks, and back to you, Luke.
Thank you, Mike. That was a great demo. I'm sure customers are going to absolutely love it. Over to you, Rajiv.
Thanks, Luke. AHV adoption continues to grow, and with these new capabilities, customers will find it even easier to migrate their workloads to AHV. Now, one of the reasons customers prefer AHV as their hypervisor is that they get to manage more of their infrastructure stack with the simplicity of Prism. We continue to enhance Prism, and one of the areas that we focused on this year is around governance. Our projects and quotas capability allows IT to allocate resources to their users while retaining control over capacity limits and role-based access control. This now applies across all of Prism. In Calm, we're adding support for approval chains, so customers can implement an ITSM-like workflow for a well-governed self-service experience. Calm also gets support for a scheduler, so customers can create jobs, either one-time or recurring, that they can use to execute runbooks, blueprints, and application actions. Another area that we are focused on is more ecosystem reach with support for more platforms and automation tooling. We have added support for IT operations for the VMware virtualization stack, just as we have for the Nutanix stack. And we also added integration support for Ansible, Terraform, and PowerShell, so customers can reuse their existing automation tooling in the Nutanix infrastructure. Now let's talk about security. Security is a top-of-mind problem for most CIOs, yet most find it incredibly hard to achieve. To talk about how we are making security simpler for our customers, please welcome Ketan Shah, Vice President of Product Management.
Thank you, Rajiv. Our vision is to make security invisible by making it simple and frictionless. The most effective approach starts with a platform with security built in. I'm pleased to announce that our cloud platform has been certified for the Department of Defense's approved product list after completing rigorous cybersecurity testing. We're strengthening the gates to the platform with enhanced identity access controls and enhanced key management. We're delivering a security dashboard in Prism to give you a bird's-eye view into the security posture of your infrastructure. Now, we don't just stop there. We're adding native controls to protect your workloads and your data. And finally, we're making it easy to integrate our platform into your security ecosystem for defense in depth. Let's take a closer look through a ransomware attack scenario. Nearly all attacks start with exploits of vulnerabilities on unpatched systems. The solution is patch, patch, patch. The problem is, with so much going on, where do you start? To simplify this, we're integrating Nutanix Cloud Platform with Qualys's vulnerability management solution to empower you with application-centric risk metrics to help you streamline and prioritize patching. Next, if an attacker does gain persistence, they move around laterally. To stop this, you can use microsegmentation. The challenge is, how do you determine what's good that should be allowed versus what's not? Here, we're enhancing our Flow microsegmentation offering using machine learning and observing VM traffic, we can automatically recommend and generate protection policies. Finally, it's all about the data. Here, we're strengthening our protection for files with the ability to detect and block up to 4,000 ransomware signatures. This is something we can do uniquely because we operate so close to the data layer. To see this in action, I'd like to invite Jason Burns to walk us through a demonstration.
Thanks, Ketan. Now, let's look at the typical ransomware attack chain, where an attacker gains a foothold in a desktop VM by fishing for an unpatched vulnerability, expands this footprint using unrestricted access within the data center, then exports and encrypts valuable data. Now let's imagine this same attack and how we prevent it using Nutanix tools. Flow Security Central's integration with the Qualys Vulnerability Management System can allow us to see this unpatched vulnerability and take an action on it before it's exploited. So here in this case, the Security Central dashboard has bubbled up these old, unpatched Microsoft Office memory corruption vulnerabilities, some of the top most exploited vulnerabilities on the web today. Thanks to these alerts, we can take an action, such as a crossplay playbook, or creating a ServiceNow ticket so that this system is manually patched. Now, if we imagine the next step in ransomware, the spread, we could use Flow Security Central security planning to prevent that attack before it even crosses between security zones. In this example, we see traffic on port 445 between these two desktop zones that shouldn't be communicating. And this is highlighted in red because these VMs don't have a security policy that protects them. So we can go back and view the details of this desktop zone 1 and explore the recommended security policies. So this will create a policy applied to these VMs, and the inbound rules all look fine. Nothing to worry about here, and these VMs won't be able to communicate with each other. Now on the outbound side, we see that desktop zone 1 has communication to a network that it shouldn't. And we can just uncheck the allow button here, and then click proceed. And this policy will be pushed down to Prism Central in monitor mode. So we could navigate to Prism Central after the policy is created and then apply it to protect our desktops. Finally, let's look at the last step in the process that crippled our organization, where the attacker encrypted our business-critical files. Using Nutanix files, you can protect this data from being overwritten with built-in capabilities to detect over 4,000 signatures and automatically block these malicious actions. In this example, we detected the pattern of this ransomware and blocked the file open operations. These are just a few of the tools that Nutanix has available for protecting against malicious actors. With Flow Security and files in place, we've successfully prevented the ransomware attack by breaking multiple links in the attack chain. Back to you, Ketan.
Thanks, Jason. That looked truly very simple. Back to you, Rajiv.
Impressive demo, Ketan, and really underscores the importance for customers to adopt a multi-layered security posture. Now let's shift gears a bit. With digital transformation accelerating, we have more data being generated everywhere, in the cloud, on the edge, and in data centers. How can we help our customers with that, Ketan?
Sure, Rajiv. Now, data is in our DNA. Our vision is to deliver a rich set of data services for all workloads and all variety of data. Really start with a scalable, durable, ultra-fast platform that's designed for the most data-intensive applications where speed and quantity are the primary challenges. We're enhancing our platform across 3 key innovation vectors. First, workload-centric innovation. Here, we're making it easier to onboard large, scale-up databases onto our platform without requiring any changes in the way databases consume storage. A new data sharding architecture results in 2x faster performance. Second, technology-centric innovation. Here, we're embracing blazing fast media. We're offering our customers systems with Intel's Optane and NVMe drives, and we're enhancing our software to optimally place the data, resulting in 30% faster reads. Finally, we're taking a huge leap with our platforms. We're refreshing our portfolio-wide platforms with Intel's Ice Lake processor and AMD's Milan processor, resulting in higher core density, higher memory density, and faster cores. And when it comes to data services, we're committed to your freedom of choice. The data services accelerate virtualized applications running on HV or VMware, as well as containerized applications running on Carbon, OpenShift, or other Kubernetes solution. Next, let's take a look at big data analytics. Organizations are increasingly looking to harness their data for new insights and new opportunities. The challenge with the big data is not just volume and velocity, but also variety of data. We're introducing two major advancements to make it vastly simpler for our customers to run analytics workloads on Nutanix. First, we're introducing a streamlined storage mode called Replication Factor 1, or RF1. RF1 results in up to 3x faster performance, 3x larger data sets, all while reducing costs. With RF1, you can accelerate Cloudera, SaaS, and other analytics applications that manage their own resiliency. Now, for customers running modern cloud-native workloads, they can use Nutanix Objects, our S3-compatible object store. Nutanix Objects delivers high-performance, petabyte-scale object storage that powers your data lake, where you can run Apache Spark, Presto, and other analytics engines against. We're adding two powerful new capabilities to our object store. First is S3 Select that dramatically accelerates query performance, especially for structured data stored inside object store. Second, we're adding an S3 adapter along with an optimal objects copy that results in faster batch processing and faster indexing. This also enables Hadoop to be able to directly read and write to objects. Now, what does all this performance and scale do for you? To learn more about that, I'd like to invite a customer, Victoria Hurtado from Kern Health Systems. Victoria, welcome. Could you please introduce yourself and your organization?
Hello, everyone. My name is Victoria Hurtado. I'm the Senior Director of IT at Kern Health Systems and have been with Kern for about 10 years now. Kern Health is the largest health payer in Kern County, California.
Given the healthcare background, what were your IT business objectives that led you to HCI and Nutanix?
KHS is dedicated to improving the health of our members. My perspective is that technology can be an accelerator to enhance patient care and a perpetual drive for improvement. For many years, we leveraged traditional three-tier storage architecture and were faced with many challenges in upkeep, maintenance, and scaling as our business grew. We came across HCI in our network and quickly identified its simplicity and non-disruptive upgrades, along with scaling. Those benefits really resonated with my team and I. As part of our data center modernization, we evaluated Nutanix and other HCI vendors. Nutanix was the best fit for KHS. Its reputation, word of mouth, and technical reports helped us finalize our decision.
Got it. That was a very thoughtful approach, Victoria. What's the current state of the environment? What workloads are you running, and what are the outcomes you're seeing?
We are running Nutanix all-flash and hybrid systems with Leap for our DR and data protection. Our objectives were to handle a vast quantity of data and, most importantly, ensure that our system performance enhances the service and quality of our patient care. We started our journey with a few critical systems on Nutanix without notifying our users to determine if they would be able to identify any performance issues. We tested for about 90 days. We then moved several large workloads, including our medical management system, claim processing system, and EDI processing. We also moved business critical SQL Server databases, which was a considerable amount of member data that is on Nutanix. Complex activities such as claims loading now take half of the time than they did before because of the considerable faster compute that we have with Nutanix.
That's really great to hear. Now, the past year has been challenging for everyone with the pandemic. The word resilience has been used a lot. You being an IT leader in healthcare, what does that mean for you?
Overall, we've been thinking a lot about business continuity. We upgraded our DR plan, leveraging Nutanix built-in DR capabilities, Leap. This gave us a quick 30-minute recovery time objective and able to achieve our regulatory compliance. With the pandemic forcing us to telework, we were able to quickly implement our Citrix on Nutanix with all of our users and seamlessly transition to remote work with very little or none of our productivity being lost. Additionally, with the increased security risk and vulnerabilities we all face today, many cybersecurity insurance companies do a deep dive into your DR plan. With us leveraging Leap, we were able to keep our insurance because we had a suitable plan in place.
Victoria, I want to thank you for your insights and thank you for the amazing work you and Kern Health are driving.
Thank you very much.
In my conversations with customers like Victoria, one trend is unmistakably clear, which is the exponential growth of unstructured data that leads to runaway cost and spiraling risks. We at Nutanix are focused on a unified storage solution for both files and objects to simplify data management in any location, at the edge, in the data center, or in the cloud. We're adding two major advancements to our solution. First, we're adding support for intelligent tiering to help you manage data growth and reduce long-term retention costs. With support for cloud tiering, you can transparently move files or objects to public or private cloud storage, including Nutanix Objects, Amazon S3, and Azure Blob, all while retaining a unified namespace. Second, we're strengthening the native data protection for our file solution. We're adding Smart DR or share-level DR with 1-minute RPO, and we're enhancing the recovery with near-zero RTO, along with self-service restore capabilities that empower end users to be able to restore their own files without any administrative intervention. Finally, I'm super excited to unveil Nutanix Data Lens. Data Lens is a new data governance service that's designed to empower you to be able to manage your data growth as well as protect your data against security risks. Data Lens provides global visibility into your unstructured data on Nutanix, including deep insights into data age, data type, usage and access patterns, and more. Armed with these insights, you can perform cradle-to-the-grave data lifecycle management. You can protect your data against threats, including ransomware and suspicious activity. And you can streamline audits and compliance for your data. Now, when it comes to Data Lens, we're just getting started. There's a lot more value to be created for our customers ahead.